What's up, everybody? Destroyer here, and welcome to the first Age of the Ring cast I am going to do here. And this is a 1v1 on Westfold. So yeah, this is also played on patch 1.0 of the Age of the Ring, as the hotfix is out, but this is before the hotfix, so yeah. With that out of the way, let's see who we got here. We got the Piggster as Isengard in the top left. In the bottom right, we have his opponent AndySan as Mordor. Cool. Alright, Andy is going for a Orc Barracks as a start. And he's of course getting his slaughterhouses up and running. And the Piggster, who is also Mr. Piggy if you were not aware, is going for a clan steading start. So we'll be getting some filthy wildmen from the hills, no doubt. And he's also getting his furnaces going as well. So yeah, cool. I don't know too much about the old balance around Age of the Ring, so I'll be learning as I go a little bit here and there. So I apologize if I get things wrong or what have you ahead of time. But I am looking to do more casts of Age of the Ring, so if you have any good replays, hit me up on Discord and let me know, and I'll have a look maybe. I'm just saying. Because it's kind of hard to find them at the moment, as you might expect, since there's no dedicated site for them to actually be uploaded, like there is for the normal base game. Anyway, we have our first battalion of Orc Warriors out for AndySan, and he is getting more Orc Warriors. Orc Warriors cost 75, with a 40 command point cost. Let's check out Hillmen, Wildmen of Dunland. They have 200 cost with 48 command points. And I'd imagine they're stronger than orcs as well. I would certainly hope so, at least. And of course they look nice. For a wildman, I suppose. It's hard to tell when they're moving, of course, but who cares? Alright. And he has made it to the enemy base. Looks like another clan steading's going up. He'll have definitely enough wildmen to defend here, I think. And a lot more orcs on the way. It looks like we have a couple more orc barracks going up for Andy. So he'll have quite the spam going very shortly. And as you see here, wildmen outclass orcs with ease. So Andy's going to need a lot more than orcs in his arsenal if he wants to take down the filthy wildmen from the hills. But we'll see. I really do like this wildman hut. Clan-steading. It's a nice model. A very nice model indeed. Much better than the old one from Rise of the Witch King, which is just the tavern or whatever. It's nice that it has a nice original building design. Also keeps with Isengard's theme with the you know, spires at the top of the fourth tank, which is kind of cool. Alright. Mr. Piggy has a lot of wildmen now. Looks like he's going to play a little bit defensive with that group while he goes over here and attacks. This one battalion here is surrounded by orcs, so they're being cut down. Of course, orcs do get bonuses in groups if they get 100 or more troops, so single units, of course. If there's 100 or more together, they get a buff. It's called the Horde buff, Horde bonus. So that's pretty nice. 50% damage when gathered in numbers of 100. So that's pretty good. So you want to use your orcs in groups if you can to get that nice bonus. Does that count for archers as well? I'm pretty sure it does. It counts for pikemen and it counts for archers. It does indeed. It even counts for black urus. So there you go. The more you know, eh? There is the what is it called? War chant. Gives it damn 50% armor. There's Isengard's ability. AndySan. That was the Orc Horn, of course, though. Actually going off. Which is the same thing. It's called Orc Horn. The other one is called War Chant for Isengard, but they are the same power. Just they have different sound files and they have different teams tied to them, I suppose. And of course different icons, which is nice as well. Alright, looks like he's sticking with Wildman spam for now. Just basic Wildman of Dunland. He's not going for any axe throwers or anything as of yet. You do need a level 2 clan setting for that. But Mr. P has started to build some lumber mills, which is going to be definitely useful. Especially since lumber mills actually give you command points. You can you can use them to boost your command point. But each laborer does take 4 command points, so it's a way to help balance it out. So if you're going to spam them, it is going to cost you a bit in the old command point front. Although I'm not quite sure how much it actually costs you when it comes out. If there's 5, it'll be 20. But I'm pretty sure it gives you 25. I don't know. Maybe you come out ahead by 5 command points? I'm not sure. I could be wrong. And in fact, I probably am. But it is cool to see an Orc Warrior holding a runic shield, is it not? For some reason that pleases me greatly. Even if he will get killed. This map does feature an inn in the middle here. And guarded by a cave troll, which is nice. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to get rid of that right away. You have goblin caves and war layers in the top and bottom. Just the wildman not going to have much chance against the cave troll there. Looks like Andy is starting to push back here. He does have a lot of orcs, mainly orc archers here, kicking ass. The orc archers are going to do a lot of damage against these wildmen. And it looks like we do have some ward packs out, which have trample. Interesting, I wasn't aware of that. So that's a very useful unit indeed then, if you're going after archers. You can send them to the archer line to do a little trample and then start mauling them to death. It's definitely a nice addition for Mr. Piggy there. But we do have a mountain troll on the field. He's even got a stick. And he's ready to beat some heads in. And he's going to be hard to stop for Wildman, very hard. Mr. Piggy is going to need some Wildmen with spears. There's called Wildman Spearmen. Do they need level 2? No, they do not. But he is upgrading these 2 things to try and get Axelors potentially or something. Looks like we also have Warg Riders out, which also got a little bit of a buff I read in the hotfix, which is good. Alright, let's see. We got more orcs on the way over for AndySan. AndySan said even more orcs. He's got 4 orc pits now. He's also got drummer trolls. Very nice. And he is making his way towards attack trolls. Olog High, as they are called, of course. So that'll be quite nasty. When that happens, I don't know if Mr. Piggy will be ready. Alright, we got our first battalion of Warg Riders on the field. We do have some spears now. Of course, they're way out of position, though, which is going to be unfortunate, to say the least. Right, down goes the War Chance and the Orc Horn, respectively. The team gets their buff. And he's really playing smart with his troll, not sending him into his death. He's waiting for the right time to strike with it. Looks like he's trying to hit the cab with it, which is a good call. The cab's going to do a lot of damage here. Now the Warg Riders are in the midst of a lot of orcs. They do get brought down, though. But in goes another battalion of them. I think Piggy's in a bit of trouble here, if I'm honest. Not even Wildman spam seems to be able to keep up with this orc spam we got going here. We do have an Ugluk on the field, though, which of course is the new hero for Isengard, the biggest one. She's the only one at the moment. But he is good. His first ability heals nearby friendly units and heroes, so he's a very useful dude indeed. And there's Devastation, which does have the stun effect tied to it again, as the 2.02 base game that this is based off of does not actually have that. So that has been added back in, and it's a nice power because of it. You can use offensively or economically, which is nice, or defensively, of course, I guess. That's a lot of orcs in one spot. If only Mr. Piggy had some big ol' AoE way to kill that, like Saruman or something, he'd be having a field day right now. Oh, sounds like Lurch was out there. I didn't even see him. Or unless that was Ugluk's death sound. Which is a possibility. I think Ugluk can... Yeah, Ugluk and him share a few sound files, I think. So I think that's Ugluk dead. Because I didn't see any alerts on the field as of yet. I really wish I could look at his hero thing. I wish that was a thing. It's kind of annoying it's not. Looks like Mr. Piggy is rallying. He's starting to get a lot of units himself. And now he has a couple things of War Guards as well. There's Lurtz. Speak of the devil. And Lurtz's abilities are very similar, if not identical, to what they used to be in other patches or versions of the game. So, there's something wild there. He's still a hero killer. He'll still pin heroes down. He'll still brutalize them with his Carnage, which is probably a different name, I think. No, it's still Carnage. Still called Carnage. In fact, all his abilities are exactly the same. Name and everything. Easy to remember. Is this a battle tower? It is indeed. There's a Mordor battle tower going up. In comes the cavalry charge. Very nice. There's 3 battalions of cav there. Quite effective indeed. We do have orc pikes in the field though. So he's got to be a bit careful, because otherwise we start getting ravaged. There's Gothmog, he's on the field. He's used Orc Malice, which has 200% damage, 25% armor. He does need to get time with the Orc though. Once he gets level 4, which he's very close, he will start getting... Gothmog gains immunity to fear and terror. Orcs near Gothmog, rather. Which is different from the base 2.2, as where this would give leadership to Orcs, I believe. This now just gives immunity to fear and terror. Which against Isengard, I don't think they have any fear and terror abilities. So that won't be coming into play in this game, I don't think. But against things like, of course, Boromir's Horn, for Gondor, or other things. Lurtz's gun Carnage. Ugluk is in the fray as well. There he is. He's used his Hunt for the Ring ability. Nearby units gain 50% speed and 50% experience. It's definitely a useful thing. And he wisely keeping Gothmog back there. I love that sound file so much. Perfect. Ugluk is bringing meat back to the menu. Oh yeah, the Olog High has been slain. We do have Easterling Archers, which are called, are they called Easterling Archers? They are indeed called Easterling Archers, there they are. And they're beautiful Easterling armor. But they are on the field now. I don't like casting from this. This is like the default zoom, but it feels like it's too zoomed out to appreciate the beauty of the game. Unfortunate. Alright, we get some scouts on the field there. They come with bows. They're pretty effective as well. They can toggle weapon to swords. They can't get armor upgrades or weapon upgrades. They can get banner carriers if they so desire. Bloodthirsty. Urix grants 25% damage passive ability if they get level 3. There you go. The more you know. That's a nice ability to have, I would imagine. So if you can level up your troops, they'll definitely become stronger, as you would want. This cave troll in the middle is still there. The inn could be taken and inn units could be made. I don't actually know what the inn units are for either teams, if I'm completely honest with you. So, I'll find out someday when I look. Who knows when that'll be? But I forget things. I can't even remember what the inn units are for the base patches. Lurtz is gone. Carnage again. He is level 6 now, so he is giving leadership to his allies. In 2 more levels, he'll start getting money for kills, which would be incredibly good. It looks like Andy is starting to ravage the north here. Slowly whittling down this furnace of the Piggster. So he's going to have to go deal with that with some of his army, at least. Isengard seems to have a way to deal with the spam, which is nice. Because they have nice cheap units of their own that are pretty strong. I think the Wildman start is actually pretty good. Oh, look at that. When you upgrade, you get like a hole in the top. Produces smoke like a furnace, almost. I would assume it's not a furnace. And it's more like a hearth inside of it. So that would make sense for a clan setting kind of building, I suppose. It's obviously Very Nordic longhousey kind of look. Rohirrimar, I suppose. Oh, that can only mean one thing. Saruman is here. There he is. There's Saruman. There is his bodyguard as well. If you've never seen those before. Comes with some wildling elites, I guess. That's his bodyguard unit. So they follow him around, which is pretty cool. And of course he has Wizard Blast, which is Lord of Orthanc is what it's called. Fireball, Speechcraft, Redhorn's Wrath, which is the lightning bolt, and then you have a Voice of Kurinir, which is permanent steals target enemy units. So he has the same base power set as he does in 2.02, just has a few different names for his abilities. And there we have the Speechcraft being used, a lot of troops leveling up, which does, of course, give the Bloodthirsty ability to the Pathfinders, which is pretty nice. Did I call them Pathfinders? Uruk Scouts. Where the hell did I get the name Pathfinder from? I have no idea. Whatever. Looks like some Olghai have been sent in to target some farms down. He's trying to whittle down his opponents. Let's have a look at powers and stuff while we're here. Oh, we got Race on Wings being summoned in, which of course is the 15-point power for Mordor on the right side, I believe. So it's called the Horde, Andy does. Orc Horn, and of course Race on Wings. He's got 14 power points as of right now. And 800-ish of 1,000 command points there. And for Mr. Piggy, we have Fuel the Fire, 70% resource for harvesting trees. Devastation. We all know Devastation knows War Chant. And then 10 power points, 206 of 750. His army has been decimated, it looks like. That's unfortunate for him, to say the least. And these Olghai are still alive, holy crap. Saruman's level 6. Of course, he comes out level 5. So that's not super surprising. It might be a bit too strong, in my opinion, coming out at level 5, but, you know, whatever. Because it just allows you to get your level 10s super fast. But at the same time, it's for all mega heroes, so like Witch King, Gandalf, him, Saruman. Pretty sure it was someone else. And he's camping out in the middle there, waiting for the rest of his forces. There's an Olghai with a hammer. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look at AndySan's base. Ooh, boy. He's got a lot of these Easterling encampments, which are beautiful buildings, by the way. I like that tent very much. And he's, of course, still got a lot of his orc things. Orc barracks. So he's in a pretty good spot. He's got Morgul Sorcery as well, so it means he can get the Morgul Vanguard and the Morgul Orcs if he so desires. So that could be fun. If he wants to add those to his arsenal, of course. Looks like he's quite content relying on basic orcs. Ooh, huge Wizard Blast there. Very nice. I'm going to keep calling Wizard Blast even though it calls Lord of Orthanc. It's called Wizard Blast. It's Wizard Blast. I'm not going to call it something else. It's not. I'll never remember it's called Lord of Orthanc. So it sounds kind of weird when you say nice Lord of Orthanc. What does that mean? Don't know. But regardless, he is up to level 7. So he's growing in power. And of course that's going to be troublesome for AndySan, I would imagine. How close is Andy to his 25? He is almost there. The 25s from Mordor are Fires of Doom. Or is it called Rain of Fire? Fires of Doom is Sauron's ability, isn't it? Rain of Fire and, of course, the Balrog. So he'll have access to both of those. We'll see what he gets in a moment. I believe he'll have to go for Rain of Fire, as Race on Wings is on the right. If memory serves, which it never usually does, so I guess we'll see. There's the Call to Horde in effect there. That's what those buildings are smoking for. That means the production speed for orcs and uruks are exponentially increased, basically. Almost instantaneous. It's pretty neat. But Mr. Piggy is making a push here. He's starting to make some ground against AndySan. I think the introduction of Saruman is going to be a big problem for him, especially considering that Andy does not have any heroes as of yet. He is going for the Morgul Vanguard, though, which is essentially the Black Riders of Rise of the Witch King 2.2, but with a cooler skin. So we'll see how they fare. They might be just what he needs. He can burst down Saruman with that, if he's unprotected by pikes, of course. So it could be a good addition. We'll see, I suppose. He's up to 34 power points. What is Andy doing? I'm not quite sure why he's saving so many power points. Piggy's almost up to his 25 as well. I do like Ugluk and his voice files. They're wonderful. Fires of Oded Ruin, which is, of course, the Rain of Fire ability, so that'll be doing something at some point, I have no doubt. Whether he's going to use it on an army or use it on his base, I am unsure. Looks like Piggy has actually upgraded his base with a few ballista towers there. So he's got a little bit of defense. Andy has no defense on this fort as of yet. Andy's going heavy on the Easterling archers, the drummer troll. And it looks like a Balrog is being summoned in for Piggy. There it is. Of course, Isengard gets access to Balrog instead of dragons now, which is cool. Also, quite powerful regardless. We have Slaves of Nirn, which is, of course, industry for Andy. So he has that in his arsenal. He can throw on a farm and get a boost to his economy. Looks like he's going to make a push here. And probably going to hit Piggy with his big power, while Piggy is attacking him with his big power. I guess we'll see. Gothmog's out here still. He also has Master Siege. All nearby siege units give 50% damage, or 15 damage, 15 speed, and increased firing rate. Which is actually a pretty cool ability. It makes sense, because he was, of course, the Master Siege. I like that ability quite a bit, actually. Balrog's wasting his time attacking the fort there. Nice. Always what you don't want to see. It's just not very effective, considering how much damage Balrog can do to other things. He still haven't used his power yet. And he's waiting for the opportune time to strike. He should really use it and finish Saruman off. That'd be a good one. If he could hit right here, he'd kill these two. Well, I don't know if he'd kill him. Might. And he'd also kill Saruman and Lurtz. That would be a huge time to use that power, but I don't know if he can see that. No, he can't, because he's way over here. Being chased off by Ugluk. Ugluk is level 9. Reinforcing Saruman several hordes of orcs raiders to a target location. There's the ability right there. There's the orc raider. Rook raider, rather. Looking good. Especially though cleaving heads, they got this big old two-handed axe, which is cool. Ugluk's just a solid hero. A great addition to the Isengard roster. Oh dear. There we go, Saruman and Lurtz are dead. As is the army. And Witch King has arrived, and of course he comes out at level 5, like I was saying earlier. Comes out with Chill of Angmar, level 2. So enemy units become debuffed, just like Dread Wrath or Dread Visage of the old patch 2.2 or base game even. He gets Morgul Corruption, which is the Morgul Blade. Screech causes fear, of course, and This Is My Hour, which resets ability timers. So he has the same ability set as he used to, with a few different names here and there. He is hopefully pretty strong, so we'll see. There's the Morgul Vanguard, if you haven't seen those before. Well, I'm never going to, because they're off. There we go, Witch King is doing some damage. Between that and the big power that killed all the big heroes of Isengard, I think Andy might be able to swing this back in his favor more so. Piggy was making a push, but I think Piggy's now in very much a big amount of trouble, as the Witch King leads his armies against him. This is not the place you want a Witch King to be, right in front of your barracks. As soon as he swings, he'll kill everybody that comes out because of his AoE splash damage. That is not ideal. And he's not dying like a little beesh, so that's good too. And he's also throwing up a forward orc barracks. Very nice. I could actually see that being a pretty valid tactic, throwing up some forward orc barracks and then hitting it with the Call of the Horde. And just pumping out troops from my barracks at the front of the lines. It's actually pretty cool. Something you could potentially utilize for your own, if it is a good idea. Well, it seems pretty solid to me, but who knows? Not that good. Let's admire the Witch King's glory. There he is. He looks really nice. Look at him. Oh, God. Another orc barracks going up, and I think this game is starting to be sealed here. This piggy is not going to be able to push back this amount of stuff. This reminds me a lot of the Haraj Markers Drummer Troll strat from 2.2. It's very similar. It's just instead of Haraj Markers, you have a bunch of Eastern Archers. But I can still see a very valid tactic because, of course, the Drummer Troll gives leadership to the archers around them. You just keep them there in hold ground stance. Oh, Lurtz actually killed the Witch King. Brutal. But will that be enough? Between Lurtz and Ugloot coming out and summoning his guys, I think that's really all he has. Unless he builds some production buildings in the back of his base, I think he might be in trouble. Well, Saruman has returned. The Lord of all Thank has arrived. And he has potential to do some damage. Here goes the Wizard Blast. Will he use his Thunderbolt? The Redhorn's Wrath. That would be a juicy target there. Apparently not. Fair enough. How's Piggy's economy doing? Piggster's economy is, it's not terrible. Still got 725 command point limits. And his money's going up fairly rapidly. He's got freezing rain. In fact, I think it's going. You just can't see the rain effect for some reason. I can hear it. Well, Lurtz is in trouble. Looks like Wraiths on Wings will be back here shortly. That'll be definitely problematic. Another Olog High being brought in. Olog High definitely useful for this. Oh, especially in front of a production building. Look at that, he's just smashing them as they come out. Disgusting. You can't actually get fire arrows for your archers in Mordor's arsenal there. As you see, you get barbed arrows. I'm not sure how the damage against buildings is with barbed arrows, but I'd imagine it's not like fire arrow kind of damage, so probably not amazing. And of course the Haradrim archers get poison arrows. So you don't really have a fire arrow wielding unit other than the orc archer, I believe. Who can, if I remember correctly. He doesn't even have a forge. Well, I can't show you. We also got a siege works here. Is he going for Grand? Because that would be great. What a way to finish a game with a big old Grand. Grand is not as OP as hell like it is in 1.09, but it is still very effective. It is 5 grand, and you don't make money as rapidly as you do in BFME 2, so it is a bit more of an investment. But as long as you're doing quite well, I'm sure you can get them pretty easily. Yeah, the base archer damage against buildings is trash, so this may look imposing, but it's really not going to do much. And the ballistas are actually going to whittle them down quite nicely. Although it looks like it's going to take a lot of ballista shots to get rid of them all, to be fair. Looks like the Morgul Vanguard are still kicking about. You can have a look at them now. There. They got almost a they're Black Numenorians, obviously, but they have a very inspired feel from what's that guy from More in the North? I forget his name. The main bad guy in More in the North. You know who I'm talking about, right? Shit. How can I not remember his name? It's frustrating. I just thought of his name, I forgot it immediately. It was bad. Anyway, Isengard, there it is. Isengard inspired helmets and such. Alright. Oh, he's just putting out catapults. He's not going for Grand. That's unfortunate. That would have been kind of funny, to be honest. There is the fighter up for AotR Rune. That's called right? Nope. Fires of AotR Druin. AotR Druin? I've never been good with Lord of the Rings names. I don't know why. I mean, I never will. But I'll try, I guess. But yeah, Andy's definitely won this match. Piggy gave it quite a fight. He almost got him back to his base. Andy's, of course, much better than Piggy. I'm not saying that to be rude or anything, but Andy is one of the better players of Rise of the Witch King 2.2, and this is very similar, of course, in a lot of ways. He's very good at beefing me too, so he's just a very good player in general. So obviously Piggy will struggle a bit, but I think Piggy did pretty well, to be honest. Ooh, there's a bit of friendly fire. Unfortunate. And there's exactly what I was talking about. Just like boost your production. So that's the speed at which. Actually, I don't think it affects pikemen. I think that was added in the hotfix. The pikemen are actually under the effect of Call of the Horde now. But in this version, they are, as you see, not affected by the Call of the Horde. But that is fixed now. Download the hotfix, everybody. And then send me some damn replays. Good replays, of course. If you send me trash replays, I'll never accept a replay from you again. Keep that in mind. But some replays would be nice. There's much epicness to be had from the Age of the Ring. So there you go. That has been the first cast of the Age of the Ring mod, version 1.0, and of course the next ones will probably be on patch 1.1, I would imagine, since it's out now, and I don't have any replays as of right now. So I don't know when the next cast will be. It depends on when I get a replay that's worth casting. So, like I said, I'm on the lookout for those. But yeah, definitely make sure you download the hotfix. I'll have a video on that, of course, separate to this. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time.